Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here, and welcome back to another random match here on WWE 2K16. Now, this one has been suggested by Cambrock223, and it's going to be Davey Richards versus, well, basically the guy that I think is probably the best wrestler in the entire world today, Sabre Jr. So this is going to be a real treat. And here we go, Las Vegas, Nevada. That's what NV stands. So my mind went blank there. I couldn't remember what NV stood for in American states. And yeah, here we go. And for those of you who've watched my channel, you'll see a few slight differences with our Sabre Jr. core, and I'm not taking claim for any of those differences. Basically, there is another glitch in the game. When I've downloaded Sabre Jr., it's sort of deleted all of the logos off. So I've redone that, but you'll see that in a few minutes. But first, of course, we have Davey Richards, one half of our current Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, the American Wolves. Really made a great impact since joining our Universe mode only a couple of weeks back. So that's really good to see. And now we get to see him in, which I believe is actually his first random match here as well. And this is a match that I would love to see a bit more of in our Universe mode as well. And essentially, I'm looking to maybe even add Davey Richards into our G1 Climax Festival, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time for Global Force Wrestling. Really looking forward to that one. I think I'm going to expand on it from last year as well. So we're going to have 4 groups of 5 guys all fighting out for a chance to win that competition. And as I was saying, here comes the entrance now of Sabre Jr. And like I said, for those of you guys who've seen my Sabre Jr. before, you'll see there are a few differences with this one. Finally, we've got the logos correct. I didn't notice this because I was doing an episode a few days ago, and I noticed he had Eddie Guerrero's Latino Heat on his boots, and I couldn't figure out why. Oh, excuse me. And yeah, when I looked into it a bit more, I realised that all of his logos missing. You see, he's got the British flag on the front of his jacket now. He's got the Suplex logo on the back of his jacket. He's got the Suplex logo on the front of his trunks, and then the Pro Wrestling Noah logo down the side of his boots. And yeah, I'm a little bit annoyed, and of course he's got the British flag on the back of his trunks. I'm a little bit annoyed why the game has done this. It's done it quite a few times, I've noticed. I had some major problems with Rey Mysterio Jr. when I first downloaded him as well. All of his tattoos have been replaced. One of his tattoos has been replaced with Animal from Legion of Doom's face, which I thought was a bit strange. So yeah, I've managed to fix Sabre Jr. here. I think there might be a few more, so I'm going to try and do them as I go through. It's downloaded the logos correctly, but it's just left them off the core. So yeah, so hopefully now we've got a pretty damn good looking Sabre Jr. now. The logos are right. He's a pretty good core as it is anyway, so now we're going to get to see him in a lot more glory here. And of course, Sabre Jr. is our current Ring of Honor television champion. If you watch this in the future, he very well not be the champion anymore. We're getting a lot of championship changes so far in the universe, but it's still very early on. I think as soon as people start to build up momentum and things like that, the champions will stay a bit more consistent as time goes on. And this is going to be a great match, this one, actually. A great mixture in styles. So, yeah, once again, thank you very much, Cambrock223, for suggesting this one. And hopefully I'll get some more of these uploaded this week. I've been struggling a bit because I've been working all weekend. So, this is my first chance. It's Sunday evening, and I've got to get 4 episodes recorded today to catch up with where I should be, and then obviously do some random matches and bits and bobs like that for you as well. As we're seeing, great respect here from the two guys. A lot of chain wrestling. Culminating these two guys getting pinned into corners and things like that, but both always seem to give us clean breaks, which is good to see. Sabre Jr. just pushing Davey Richards away there. Now Zach starting to work on that arm pretty early. We know that Zach likes to utilise the cross arm breaker as one of his finishing manoeuvres. And a great reverse suplex there by Sabre Jr. And he does look a lot better now with the correct attire. I don't know why I didn't notice it earlier on. I knew it looked a bit plain, and I just didn't really notice it at all. But now it looks a lot better now, as you can see with the logos in the correct place. And I think it might be something that 2K have patched out, so it might not be a problem for some of the other guys. But I'll have to have a look. One of the things as well. Basically, this Sabre Jr. was created by a guy called Dan Harrington. I think you can find all his cores on the PS4 when you if you search for progress as your hashtag, you'll find a lot of his cores. And there's been a slight issue with a couple of them where it has a line across the forehead, and I've gone into the create screen and I've slightly fixed that, I think, myself. Essentially all you have to do is just slightly change the skin colour and it sort of blends it in. So if you do have the Zack Sabre Jr. core and you're having the same issue, then if you check that out, just go into edit custom superstar and just go into skin tone and just play around with it, and you'll be able to blend it in quite well. I think it does look a lot better now. Had the same problem with Will Ospreay, who will have re-downloaded now, and I'll fix that as well. He had a line across his forehead, which we've managed to clear off as well. Davey Richards, great clothesline in the corner. They're now rolling Zack Sabre Jr. over. And now just stamping on the knee. We know that Zack Sabre Jr. is a submission specialist, but Davey Richards is not shy of a submission himself as he goes in for the pin, but only a 1 count here on Zack Sabre Jr. And yeah, Zack will definitely be involved in our G1 Climax Festival coming up in Global Force Wrestling over the next few weeks. And like I say, I'm tempted to have Davey Richards in there as well. I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be enough space. Of course, we've got some fantastic wrestlers in our Global Force Wrestling brand, and I just want to make sure that we're going to get the best 20 guys in there. There are a lot of fantastic guys. We've got Okada, Tanahashi, Nakamura, Jushin Liger. We've got Elgin. We've got AJ Styles. We've got Drew Galloway. We've got Magnus. We've got Mil Muertes. And we've got Prince Puma. We've got John Morrison. We've got some fantastic guys that we really need to get involved if we can. So yeah, I'm hoping to get Davey Richards involved in that competition, but I just want to make sure there's going to be enough space for all of the top guys who want to be involved. And like I said, if you don't know what the G1 Climax Festival is, basically on my channel we do it as we're going to do 4 groups of 5 superstars. Everyone in each group faces each other once over the course of 7 days. And then that 7th day will be the semi-finals and the finals. Basically, the top guy from each group will go through into the semi-finals. And then we'll have the finals on the same night as well. So it was a big competition. I really enjoyed it last year. We did it on 2K15, and it was Brian Cage who came out victorious on 2K15, and he used that to go on and get himself a global championship match against Kazuchika Okada as well. Yeah, but like I said, keep an eye out for that. That will be uploaded next week. It'll be now, yeah. We've got all of this week. We're going to finish off on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view this weekend coming up. And then after that, we're going to get straight into our G1 Climax Festival from Monday onwards. So yeah, big week for this channel coming up next week. So yeah, if you're not already, then be sure to subscribe and you'll be able to watch all of that in its entirety. There's going to be a lot of footage getting uploaded next week. It's going to be a lot of work for me, but hopefully I'll get it all done. Zack Sabre Jr. slowly making his way across the ring, looking like he's struggling a bit. And Davey Richards, that boot to the back of the head is not helping Zack Sabre Jr. at all. Zack slowly up to his feet, and Davey Richards with a Northern Light suplex. And Richards is dominating this. And I'll tell you what, although this is just a random match, got nothing to do with the Universe mode, should Davey Richards pick up a victory here, we'll definitely have to think about getting him involved. As now he locks in that crossface, that label lock. Was playing possum on the ground. Davey Richards with a dive. And Zack caught him straight away in the submission. That's amazing to see because he does that in real life. I've seen him do that in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla a few times. There's that variation of a GTS there. Sort of a GTS and a Pele kick combination. Davey Richards now going for the pin, is he? No. He's going to go for a cloverleaf submission, locking it in. Beautiful move here on Zack Sabre Jr. by Davey Richards. And it's not enough. Zack manages to fight his way out. And of course, if you're not aware a lot of Zack Sabre Jr., I really do suggest you check him out on YouTube or anything like that. Or if you search for the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla YouTube channel, you'll be able to find a lot of footage of him over the last year's events. And there's the butterfly power driver by Davey Richards on Zack Sabre Jr. And Richards not going for the pin though. He probably should have done now, bringing Zack back up to his feet. And is Richards going to live to regret not going for the pin after that big move? Richards now springing off this far rope, ducking the clothesline, comes back with a running forearm. And a big punt to the back of Zack Sabre Jr. as well. Davey Richards really putting out a fantastic performance here. Middle of the ring, and again taking Zack up, this time into a butterfly powerbomb. 1, 2, and no, 2. I thought that was a 3 count. Oh, I was sure that was a 3 count there. Oh, but this could be though. Davey Richards taking Zack up again. There's that big butterfly power driver. Arms locked. Pulling Zack away from the ropes. And surely Davey Richards has to have the victory here. 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. Davey Richards picks up a great victory here over Zack Sabre Jr. in this random match. Once again, thank you very much to Cambrock223. A fantastic suggestion. Really has given us a great match. And it was a great mixture of styles as well. And great to see this Zack Sabre Jr. with the correct logos and everything on there now. I can't believe I've been using him the whole time in the universe mode with Eddie Guerrero's Latino Heat logo on his boots. And I'm sure some of you guys might have noticed that and been screaming at the camera like, what are you doing? What are you doing? But hopefully I've got that fixed now. It's not going to be a problem that's going to continue on. As we see here, you see Davey Richards going to go for the big dive, but Zack got up to his feet quickly and caught Richards in that crossface, that label lock. Big punch to the back there by Richards as well. And I think this was the butterfly powerbomb, I think. It was, taking Zack up and straight back down once again. And here is the second of those butterfly power drivers. Arms hooked. And there he goes. That was enough for Davey Richards to win this random match against Zack Sabre Jr. We're going to see a lot more Zack Sabre Jr. random matches. You guys have had some fantastic ideas for them. I've got a couple of ideas as well that I want to see. Davey Richards successful here in what has been a great match. Of course, if you guys have any suggestions for random matches, please let me know in the comment section below. I will note them all down and get them done eventually for you. And of course, be sure to like this video if you have enjoyed it. And of course, like it not just for the video, but of course for the Davey Richards, Zack Sabre Jr. and the Arena created versions are all pretty good. It's amazing what some of these guys can do this year. It really does help make the game look a lot more realistic with some of these created wrestlers. It's a massive, massive upgrade from 2K15. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.